We've talked in earlier lessons about special effects, and you've seen a few of the filters, but there is in fact an entire filter gallery in Photoshop that you can use to modify the look and feel of your photographic images, or really any object that you have on any layer in your document. Now, typically you would want to apply this filter to the entire image. So what I would normally do is recommend flattening a copy of whatever it is that you're working on, or at least making a duplicate layer before you begin. To get to the filter gallery, you'll click on Filter, Filter Gallery, and it brings up its very own dialog box inside which you can modify the look of your image by opening and selecting different options in each of these different folders. So the first folder we'll look at is Artistic, and to apply it, all you have to do is click once. You can scroll through all of these different options, and as you notice, as I'm clicking each one, their options are updating on the right. So if you wanted to modify this one, you could adjust the stroke length and detail. With the smudge stick, it's slightly different options. So you're not stuck with the default. Also notice that as you click on these, there's a little visibility icon with the name of the selected option. You could actually apply more than one to an image by clicking this little icon at the bottom to add a new layer effect. Then whichever layer is selected, you can apply another effect to it until you find the one that you like. If you decide that you don't like a particular effect, all you need to do is select that little mini layer and click on the trash icon to remove it. Let's take a look now at the options in the brush stroke. And I'm just going to go through these quickly so you can have an idea in your mind of what each of these look like when it's your time to play around with it. The Distort has three options: Diffuse Glow, Glass, and Ocean Ripple. And remember, again, you can modify the settings off to the right. All of these sketch options will convert your color images into black and white. With the exception of the water paper. Stylize has one option for glowing edges, and under texture you have 6 options. And when you have everything the way you like it, just click OK. Now that permanently altered my original image, so I'm going to undo and talk about some of the other filters that are available, because not every single filter that is available is inside of the filter gallery. To see all of the filters, you would go further down the filter menu and choose something from here. So there's a bunch of blur options. There's several distort options. So for instance, if we wanted to do something like twirl, we could increase or decrease the angle, and it gives you a little preview window so you can see what would happen before you click OK or cancel. There is noise, and we've dealt with a little bit of noise. So if you wanted to add some grain, you can add some noise. You can despeckle, remove dust and scratches, reduce the noise if you're working with a particularly grainy image. You can pixelate, so you could do color halftone, crystallize, mosaic. Some of those are in the filter gallery. Rendering, you can make the whole thing look like there's clouds in the sky. There's also special lighting effects and even lens flare, where you can choose a different lens type and then modify its brightness, and then even reposition where the flare occurs on your image. Just going to undo that one. Below the render are some sharpening options. There's some stylizing options. Most of these are in the gallery. There's some options for working with video and a few other things for offsetting graphics. And then if you were going to embed a watermark in your images, you can use a Digimark service. You could even go browsing for other filters online. Now, I mentioned that the filter gallery is destructive. You can, however, convert your image into a smart object first before you go into the filter gallery, which would turn any of the gallery's filters into smart filters. Now, we covered this in a previous lesson, but to convert any image into a smart object, just right-click on the layer in the Layers panel, choose Convert to Smart Object. Then you could go into the filter gallery, apply any of the options as you see fit, click OK, and you'll notice that you have a mask, a smart filter mask, and then your gallery option is applied here. You could then go back in at any time to modify the blending options, or even add more filters and modify the mask to suit your particular needs.